Welcome, welcome, welcome. I wanted to do a video today where I wanted to talk about how tarot cards changed my life. I'm not saying that it's going to change everybody's life, but I'm just going to talk about how it made a difference in my life in a very, 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 very positive way. The card that I'm going to focus on today is from Love Your Inner Goddess Oracle cards. This is the number 17, I believe it is. Yes. And it's called You Are the Light. When darkness surrounds you, be the light. So, we're going to talk a little bit about what this cards mean and about how it applies to my life and what you can possibly learn from this as well. The first thing is tarot cards for me was a big part of my healing process. One of the reasons why I say it was a big part of my healing process is because I'm a person that I need to understand what's going on around me. Like, once I can understand what's going on, whether it's bad, good, or indifferent, it brings my anxiety down. Um, I'm aware of my surroundings. I know how to move forward. And it's like at that point I can relax. But when I'm in a state of confusion and I don't really understand what's going on or what's happening to me and why these things are happening, I can just put myself in a state of anxiety. And one thing that I went through tremendously growing up um, was like everybody else, where I required a lot of outside validation. And sometimes, usually most of the time, when you require this outside validation, you attract dark energy, negativity towards you because you just need to have it. It's like a hit, and by any means necessary, you're going to do it, whether you're doing it in a positive or negative way. Subconsciously, you just have to have it. And when I was growing up and I was in that state of darkness, of needing outside validation, and how it became so toxic and noisy for me was I didn't know who I was or who I wanted to be. I was so busy listening to what everybody else said that I should be, or who I should become based on what they thought, or how I should look, or how I should dress. You know, it was just so confusing that it was just like, oh my God, well, what do I like? And I had to get to a place in my life where things were quiet enough, meaning that I didn't have a whole lot of drama going on around me, for me to really, really beginning the healing process to see the light that lives within me, that helps me grow, and it helps me become a better person. And I want to describe that light that this card is talking about as the divine. You know, some people say God or Jehovah. I'm not sure what your religion or background may be, but whoever your creator is of this universe is who I'm referring to. That relationship developed on a whole nother level with tarot cards, because tarot gave me the answers to what I was looking for. Like, I was just confused as, like, for an example, I'm a very empathic, sensitive individual. I happened to be born into a very, very harsh family. What I mean by harsh family, I mean that a family that is judgmental, verbally abusive, mentally abusive, narcissistic. I mean, just toxic in so many ways. I used to say, like, why would such a sensitive, loving soul like me be born into all this darkness? And I had to learn, and I didn't learn that until recently. So that was many years later. I had to learn, not only learn, but also understand that when you choose your journey, when you come here to this place we call planet Earth, and you come into the Matrix, you know, you have a journey, you have a mission, you have a purpose. And some people know their purpose, some people seek their purpose, some people don't. But we all have one. No one is here individually on a different mission. Everyone's here for a purpose. Everyone contributes to the universe. Everyone is needed that is here. So nothing goes to waste when it comes to this universe and when it comes to God and the light that's within you. And I say all this to say that if you give, especially if you're new to tarot and you don't really know tarot, this is really going to be people who are not necessarily as open to it or just getting into it, because people who are into tarot know exactly what I'm talking about. So this piece of information is not going to be that valid to them because they already know. However, if you don't know, I want you to take the time out to be open to new information to see if it works for you. Some things work for people, some things don't. So this is no pressure. This is just another way you can guide yourself in this life and on this journey and path that you're on. And another thing I wanted to discuss about this card that really, really, really touches me has a lot to do with the expression on her face. Um, the expression on her face says a lot because, you know, I have been through so many challenging situations that a lot of times when people see me from the outside looking in, they wouldn't be able to tell that I went through all of these things that I'm expressing, but I did. Um, Not only that, when I was in a place where I was so consumed with the outside world, that's why I say I really, really have a lot of compassion for these young people today because with social media and Instagram, and I mean, it's great for, business opportunities, but it's really bad when it comes to self worth and self validation. I mean, and it's not even an age thing because there are women that's in my age group and even older, and they're struggling. So it's not even an age thing. It's just a journey thing. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's gonna get to this new piece of information at a different time in life. Everyone is on a different path. We're all individuals and we all have a reason and a purpose, like I said earlier. So the expression on her face really touched me because there were a lot of times in my life where I wanted to give up. I mean, I wanted to be like, what the hell is going on? Why am I here? Why do I exist? I mean, I don't even understand why you got me here. You might as well just take me out. I'm just done. I was just at a really dark place in my life. And I was alone as far as physically. I was alone. Um, I mean, like literally homeless, alone, and anything can happen to me. Nobody knows where I'm at. I'm not really close or talking to my family. And I'm just in this really, 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 really dark place. And I don't know what to do or how to change my situation because I was in a dark place at that moment. I didn't know how to change it. Um, but when I tell you God, the divine, whatever you want to call your creator, I like saying the divine. It just seems more soothing to me. God sounds very authoritative. And that's probably why God is because he is the authority. We do need to respect the fact that everything that we have and everything that's existing is because of the creator, because without the creator we would have none of this. So for God to want that type of respect and honor, um he can get that from me all day without a problem. I can totally humble myself because when I tell you, when I was at those dark moments and I didn't know that the light, which is God, lived within me, God really, really, really showed up for me at those moments. Like, I really got a chance to build a relationship with God because I had no one to depend on. Like, I was on a new journey. I just left a 7-year relationship. Things didn't go as planned. Everything just kind of like turned upside down. I didn't really have a plan and strategy because I thought plan A was going to work. I didn't have a plan C, D, and E, and life just became a roller coaster. And it was hard. It was hard. It was really, really hard, but I've learned so many valuable lessons from that toughness and being alone. I had some really, really joyful moments. I've learned to appreciate the small things in life. Like, I appreciate just the fact that I can wake up and see the sun shining, like, or I appreciate nature and I like cats and, like little things make me happy now. I don't need a whole lot. Now, don't get me wrong, I like materialism like any other human being, but the smaller things in life really, 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 really make me happy. So my message to anyone who's watching this that's struggling and you're in that dark place, when it says be the light, that means be the hope and the joy inside that you feel like you need for somebody else. Give yourself that hug. Like, learn to be okay with crying. Some people have a hard time crying and letting it out. And to me, crying is another way of, to me, bowing down to the Almighty, the Creator. And crying also to me is a humbling experience. And crying also is healing, because after you get you a good, 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 good cry, I mean, from the gut, a lot of times after you get that good cry out, you may close your eyes and fall asleep or, get that good cry out, put some music on. You feel a little better after a while, you got to get the snot and stuff out your nose and go through all that breathing process, try to get yourself all together, but overall, it's okay. And the light really has a lot to do with your mindset. The light is in your mind. The light is the intuition and how you feel about yourself. You have to learn to love yourself the way you want somebody else to love you. You know how bad you want to be the apple in somebody else's eye, and you want somebody to love you and adore you and just think that you're just the most amazing person on this planet, and you're just so awesome and you're so amazing. Who doesn't want to feel like that? Men and women want to feel like that. You have to feel that way about yourself first before anybody can begin to put you on that pedestal. And it really, really starts from within. I'll never forget, with my ex. Now, we broke up amicably, but we were in a very, very, chaotic relationship. But one of the great things and one of the good things that I learned from that relationship is that me and him are both very intellectual people, and we are both very curious about life and the answers to life. And one of the things that we did a lot together in the relationship was talk and communicate. Like, we communicated all day, all the time. Like, that was one of our favorite things to do, and that's how we build a lot of things together. Um, was through communication. And one of the things that he taught me, he said, Janaea, you have to learn how to win from within. And I remember a long time ago, my mother told me when I was young, and I used to look in the mirror and I'd be like, oh my God, my hair doesn't look right. I look so ugly. And I used to just beat myself up because I didn't look to the standard of beauty. Or at least that's the way I felt, because that wasn't the reality. That's just the way I felt about myself. Um, and I remember my mother telling me that, once you start feeling good on the inside, everything on the outside will fall into place. And being young, you don't really know how to apply that. Like, that's like the end result. That's not the map on how to get to the destination. That's the destination that you want to get to. But I didn't really understand what she meant by that. And then years later, getting into a relationship with a man for 7 years, um, I can honestly say that we learned a lot from each other. And that was one of the most powerful lessons that he taught me, is to win from within. And that win from within pretty much means be the light, be the hope and the joy for yourself. Love yourself. And let me tell you something, loving self is a challenge, and it's a journey. It's not a destination. It's not like, oh, okay, I love myself and I don't have to do no more work. You're working to love yourself until your time is up on this planet. So it's an ongoing process, baby. It is definitely not a destination. So don't think that you have to constantly feed yourself with positive information to keep that light burning from within, because if not, it will die and you can give in to the darkness that's out here in this world. So you got to constantly keep feeding it so that way it can keep burning. So I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you for your time. I hope that you learned something from this video. My overall goal and intention with this channel is to, one, be a journal for myself and a way to express myself. Plus, hopefully, someone can learn from my journey and pass on the information after they've learned a few things. So, thank you for your time. I really appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.